2025 is here, and the gaming world is buzzing with anticipation. From iconic franchises like Pokémon and Doom to fan favorites such as Borderlands, the gaming scene is about to explode. Just a quick heads up, if you're not subscribed to What's Up Nerd Insider, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our exciting updates. Whether it's gaming, cinema, TV shows, or anime, our channel has you covered. Alright, let's dive into what 2025 has in store for gamers. It's shaping up to be a year filled with exciting releases from beloved series and brand new titles that are sure to grab your attention. Some games still don't have official release dates, but all are expected to drop in 2025. So, let's get into it. The Like a Dragon franchise has consistently amazed fans with its unique blend of crime drama, quirky humor, and deeply immersive world building. However, the latest spin-off, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, takes everything fans love about the series and adds an unexpected twist. This new game brings in a pirate theme, and while pirates and the Yakuza might seem like an odd combination at first glance, it actually works incredibly well. The story begins with Goro, the iconic series protagonist, washed ashore on an island in the Pacific. Suffering from amnesia, Goro is forced to fight for survival before eventually rising to lead a group of pirates. The game promises a mix of traditional Yakuza-style hand-to-hand combat and new nautical battles, complete with treasure hunts and sea shanties. It also introduces new combat mechanics that hark back to the older titles, giving veterans a sense of nostalgia. What's particularly exciting about Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is that it opens up the world of the Yakuza in a fresh and unexplored setting. Hawaii's lush, tropical environment is a stark contrast to the gritty streets of Tokyo, and this contrast will likely give players a fresh take on the series' familiar story arcs. As for gameplay, it is expected to feature open-world exploration, where players can engage in side missions, uncover hidden secrets, and of course, continue the series' rich narrative that dives into themes of loyalty, betrayal, and honor. If the game successfully blends traditional Yakuza mechanics with new pirate-themed content, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii could redefine what fans expect from the franchise. It's been a long wait for fans of the Monster Hunter franchise. Since the release of Monster Hunter World in 2018, there hasn't been a mainline game in the series, and players are eager for a new chapter. Monster Hunter Wilds is shaping up to be a worthy successor to its predecessors, offering an entirely new setting, new weapons, and of course, even more ferocious monsters to hunt. The most notable addition in Wilds is the dynamic weather system. Players will now have to adapt to environmental changes that can drastically affect the hunt. Imagine tracking a monster across a sun-soaked desert, only to have a sandstorm suddenly roll in, obscuring your view and forcing you to rely on your other senses to stay on the trail. The inclusion of weather-based mechanics adds an extra layer of strategy, making each hunt feel unpredictable and fresh. In terms of monsters, Wilds introduces several new species, including some that are tied to specific weather conditions. For example, a fierce, storm-breathing dragon may only appear during thunderclouds, forcing players to plan hunts carefully. On the weapon side, Monster Hunter Wilds offers a new class of weapons that incorporates a more flexible combat system. Players will now have access to elemental-based abilities that will allow them to manipulate the environment, setting traps for monsters or summoning temporary allies to aid in battle. These new mechanics promise to make the hunts even more exhilarating. With Wilds introducing both fresh ideas and fan-favorite elements, it's easy to see why many are already considering it one of the most anticipated releases of 2025. The Mafia franchise has had its ups and downs over the years, but the Old Country might just be the spark the series needs. This prequel to the original Mafia games takes players to early 20th century Sicily, where they'll explore the origins of the Italian Mafia. It's not just about the rise of a new criminal, it's about understanding the cultural and historical context that gave birth to one of the most notorious organizations in history. What sets the Old Country apart from the other Mafia games is its deep dive into Italian history and the everyday life of its people. Players will not only get to interact with the major players in the criminal underworld, but also experience the challenges faced by ordinary citizens living in a society rife with corruption, poverty, and political upheaval. Expect to see a heavily narrative-driven game with dialogue options that impact your relationship with other characters. This game will give players a taste of the gritty realism that made the original Mafia so appealing, but with the added historical context that will likely make it feel even more immersive. Fans of the franchise will also be pleased to know that the Old Country will maintain the series' classic open-world mechanics. You'll be able to freely explore the beautiful Sicilian countryside, engage in side missions, and build your criminal empire from the ground up. If the Old Country delivers on its promises, it could be the game that revitalizes the Mafia series and sets a new bar for open-world crime games. GTA 6 is, without a doubt, the most highly anticipated game of 2025. The entire gaming community has been waiting for this moment ever since the release of GTA 5. And while Rockstar has kept details about the game under wraps, fans have continued to speculate about everything from the setting to the characters. According to the teaser released in 2023, GTA 6 will feature an entirely new map, which looks to be based on a sprawling, reimagined version of Vice City. This is significant because Vice City has long been considered one of the most iconic locations in the GTA series. What makes GTA 6 particularly exciting is the idea that Rockstar may be pushing the boundaries of what open-world games can accomplish. Early rumors suggest that the game will feature a more interactive world, with NPCs that respond to player actions in more dynamic ways than ever before. For instance, NPCs could have full conversations with the player, and their behavior may change depending on your actions. In terms of gameplay, GTA 6 will likely follow the same formula that made its predecessors so successful, a mix of story-driven missions and chaotic, open-ended exploration. However, Rockstar is known for revolutionizing the gaming industry with each new release, and GTA 6 could very well introduce groundbreaking mechanics, such as a more realistic weather system, AI that learns from player behavior, and even deeper online multiplayer experiences. With its potential to raise the bar for the entire industry, GTA 6 is poised to become not just one of the best games of 2025, but one of the best games of all time. Sure, let's continue by expanding further on the upcoming games, detailing more gameplay mechanics, trends, and potential innovations in 2025's gaming landscape. Little Nightmares has always been a unique entry in the horror genre, offering players an atmospheric, side-scrolling adventure filled with disturbing creatures and cryptic storylines. The third installment, Little Nightmares 3, promises to up the ante with even more terrifying environments and challenging puzzles. What's exciting about Little Nightmares 3 is the addition of an online co-op mode, which introduces a new dynamic to the gameplay. Players will now control two protagonists, and teamwork will be essential for overcoming the eerie puzzles and enemy encounters. The combination of creepy imagery, claustrophobic settings, and complex puzzles has always made the series stand out, and adding co-op could enhance the overall experience. Expect even more weird and disturbing creatures in this installment, pushing the boundaries of psychological horror. The world building of Little Nightmares has always been a key element, and in this new title, the developers are expected to introduce environments that are more diverse and interactive than ever before. Whether it's navigating a creepy dollhouse or escaping monstrous creatures, the fear factor in Little Nightmares 3 will undoubtedly keep players on the edge of their seats. The original The Outer Worlds was a cult favorite for RPG enthusiasts, offering a blend of humor, player-driven choices, and old-school role-playing mechanics. However, the sequel, The Outer Worlds 2, aims to elevate the series with improved gameplay, better story integration, and a more expansive world. The first game, while well-received, suffered from some limitations in terms of its scope and level design. Fans of The Outer Worlds will be pleased to know that Part 2 will feature a much larger and more detailed universe to explore. The developers have hinted at expanding the variety of environments, introducing more planets to visit, and providing players with more meaningful consequences for their actions. Another exciting development is the deepened focus on the narrative. The game will still feature a branching storyline based on player decisions, but with improved dialogue systems and more complex character arcs. RPG fans will appreciate the return of multiple playstyles, allowing players to lean into either combat-heavy approaches or diplomatic strategies, similar to the original game's freedom of choice. If The Outer Worlds 2 can expand on the formula that made the first game great, it could very well be one of the top RPGs of 2025. While South of Midnight may not have garnered the same level of hype as some of the other big titles in 2025, it's an incredibly promising indie game that combines unique art styles with an intriguing narrative. Set in an alternate version of the southern United States, South of Midnight takes inspiration from the region's culture, folklore, and history. What makes South of Midnight stand out is its visual style. The developers have taken a risk by incorporating a stop-motion animation technique, which gives the game an almost dreamlike quality. This gives players the sense that they are interacting with a living, breathing world made entirely of puppets, adding a distinctive touch to the game's visual identity. The art style is haunting yet mesmerizing, and it perfectly complements the dark and eerie atmosphere. Story-wise, South of Midnight will focus on exploring Southern folklore, featuring characters inspired by ghost stories, rural legends, and mythological beings. The game's setting will feature dense forests, decaying towns, and mystical landscapes, and players will take on the role of a character unraveling a mystery that ties them to the region's supernatural past. Given its compelling narrative potential and innovative animation style, South of Midnight could very well become one of 2025's most talked about indie releases. The Metroid franchise has been a fan favorite for decades, and after a long wait, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is finally on the horizon. This game will bring players back into the helmet of Samus Aran as she continues her intergalactic journey to battle the space pirates and other cosmic threats. Metroid Prime 4 has been in development for several years, with multiple delays and even a full reboot of the project in 2019. Now, it's clear that Nintendo is putting every ounce of effort into making this the definitive Metroid experience. The game is set to be a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2, and as such, it's expected to push the hardware to its limits. From a gameplay perspective, Metroid Prime 4 will continue the first-person exploration and combat mechanics that the series is known for. However, there are rumors that the game will feature more expansive environments, with a focus on more interactive elements and detailed environments. The combat system is also expected to undergo some refinement, introducing new weapons and abilities that will keep battles fresh. One of the most anticipated aspects of Metroid Prime 4 is its story. The Metroid franchise is renowned for its deep lore and exploration of Samus Aran's complex past. Prime 4 Beyond promises to delve even deeper into Samus's history, especially her relationship with the Chozo, and will likely provide answers to long-standing questions about her origin. If Metroid Prime 4 Beyond lives up to its potential, it could easily become one of the best games on the Nintendo Switch 2. The Doom franchise has always been known for its high-octane, fast-paced action and brutal combat. Doom: The Dark Ages looks to take the series in a new direction by blending medieval settings with the high-tech PAL demon-slaying action that has made the franchise so iconic. Set in an alternate universe where both medieval fantasy and futuristic technology exist side by side, The Dark Ages offers players a unique mix of old-world combat with new-world weaponry. Expect to wield everything from swords and shields to high-tech guns and explosives, with each offering a different playstyle for players to experiment with. In addition to new weapons, the setting itself promises to be an intriguing mix of medieval castles, ruined cities, and otherworldly locations. Doom: The Dark Ages will also introduce new enemies, including knights, beasts, and tech-based demons, each requiring different strategies to defeat. Given the fast-paced nature of Doom, the combat in the Dark Ages will be even more intense, with larger arenas and more explosive set pieces. If Doom: The Dark Ages can maintain the franchise's brutal combat while introducing fresh, innovative mechanics, it has the potential to be one of the most exciting shooters of the year. The Fable franchise has long been considered one of the most beloved action RPGs, known for its charming world, whimsical humor, and player-driven choices. After 15 years, the Fable reboot is finally on its way, and expectations are sky high. This new iteration of Fable promises to return to the series' roots while introducing new mechanics that take advantage of modern hardware. Fans can expect the same open-world exploration where every decision impacts the world around them. Whether you choose to be a hero or a villain, your actions will influence the development of the world, its people, and the story itself. One of the key areas of improvement is combat. The reboot is rumored to feature a more fluid, action-oriented combat system that blends traditional RPG elements with fast-paced, visceral combat. The addition of a more dynamic magic system and multiple combat styles will make each playthrough feel unique. While Fable has always been known for its whimsical tone, the reboot will also focus on deeper, more emotional storytelling. Players will encounter a range of colorful characters, each with their own storylines and motivations. With the franchise's beloved humor, beautiful art design, and rich lore, Fable has the potential to once again captivate fans and newcomers alike. The first Death Stranding was one of the most unique and divisive games in recent memory. Created by visionary director Hideo Kojima, it combined complex storytelling with innovative gameplay mechanics. Death Stranding 2 promises to take the series even further, with new characters, fresh gameplay systems, and mind-bending storylines that only Kojima can craft. Set in a post-apocalyptic world where human connections are fragmented, Death Stranding 2 continues the journey of Sam Porter Bridges as he navigates the devastated landscape. Expect more of the same thought-provoking exploration and puzzle solving, but with the addition of new mechanics that focus on cooperative gameplay and online interactions. The game will also delve deeper into the mysteries behind the Death Stranding event and the supernatural forces that shape this world. Fans of Hideo Kojima's work know to expect the unexpected, and Death Stranding 2 will surely leave players with plenty to talk about. Whether it's mind-bending plot twists or bizarre gameplay systems, this sequel will push the boundaries of what a video game can be. The Borderlands series has always been known for its quirky humor, fast-paced shooting mechanics, and insane loot. After a mixed reception to the previous entries in the series, Borderlands 4 aims to recalibrate the formula, focusing on striking the right balance between humor, story, and gameplay mechanics. The developers are aware that while the zany humor has been a defining trait of the franchise, it occasionally overpowered the emotional depth and storytelling in the previous games. Borderlands 4 will focus on creating a more coherent and engaging narrative while maintaining the over-the-top action the series is known for. One of the biggest changes coming to Borderlands 4 is the setting. Players will travel to a new planet, Selos, which promises to offer fresh environments and new enemies. Selos is said to be a dangerous and hostile world, with more complex terrain that will challenge the player's traversal abilities. The new setting will also come with new factions, each with their own agendas, and the potential for more nuanced interactions with these groups. Gameplay-wise, Borderlands 4 will introduce new mechanics, such as improved vehicle combat, more customizable weapons, and a revamped skill tree system. The idea is to give players even more ways to customize their playstyle and experiment with different builds. The game's loot system is expected to be more refined, offering deeper loot progression and better rewards for exploration and side quests. Borderlands 4 will also introduce a new co-op system that will allow for a more seamless experience when playing with friends. Whether you're exploring the vast open world of Selos, completing missions, or engaging in the chaotic battles that the series is known for, the co-op gameplay will be more integrated, ensuring that the experience feels fluid no matter who you play with. The series' signature humor will be back, but this time it will serve a more purposeful role in the story, making sure the tone doesn't overshadow the plot. Expect new memorable characters, as well as returning favorites, and a story that digs deeper into the lore of Pandora and the universe. Borderlands 4 aims to please both old fans and newcomers. The Pokémon franchise has been a juggernaut in the gaming industry for decades, and Pokémon Legends Z could be the next major leap in the series. After the success of Pokémon Legends Arceus, fans have eagerly awaited what the next title in this sub-series will bring. While details about the game are still scarce, Pokémon Legends Z is expected to build upon the open-world mechanics introduced in Arceus. This time, it seems the game will feature even larger areas to explore, with more biomes, towns, and wild Pokémon to encounter. The Pokémon world is vast, and this game aims to fully embrace that, allowing players to roam freely across a diverse and rich landscape filled with unique challenges and discoveries. One of the most exciting aspects of Pokémon Legends Z will be the use of the Nintendo Switch 2's capabilities. With enhanced hardware, the game is expected to feature vastly improved graphics, smoother animations, and larger, more complex environments. This new level of detail will allow for more immersive environments, where players can interact with the world in meaningful ways, whether they are battling wild Pokémon, completing quests, or solving environmental puzzles. Pokémon Legends Z is rumored to continue the story of the legendary Pokémon featured in Arceus, but it will also introduce new mythical creatures and ancient secrets about the Pokémon world. One of the main selling points of Pokémon Legends has been its focus on exploring the history of the Pokémon universe, and Pokémon Legends Z will expand on that by introducing even more lore and deeper connections between the world and its legendary creatures. With a focus on exploration, lore, and engaging battle mechanics, Pokémon Legends Z will be one of the most highly anticipated titles of 2025, especially for fans of the franchise who have been craving a more expansive, open-world experience. The sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, titled Ghost of Yacht, is an intriguing development in the open-world action genre. Set 300 years after the events of the first game, Ghost of Yacht introduces a new protagonist, the Phantom of Yacht, a female warrior seeking vengeance against the forces that wronged her people. Much like its predecessor, Ghost of Yacht will feature a vast open-world environment where players can explore, engage in intense swordplay, and complete missions. The game will build upon the combat mechanics that made Ghost of Tsushima one of the best action games of its generation, incorporating more fluid and dynamic sword fighting, along with new abilities and weapons that suit the new protagonist's fighting style. In terms of setting, Ghost of Yacht will introduce a new region, heavily inspired by feudal Japan's neighbors. The game's world will feature beautiful landscapes, including vast forests, towering mountains, and decaying ruins, which will serve as the backdrop for an emotional journey filled with vengeance, honor, and redemption. The game will also expand upon the stealth and exploration elements that fans loved in the first game. Players will be able to use the environment to their advantage, hiding in the shadows, taking out enemies silently, or choosing to engage in full-scale combat. The dynamic weather system will also play a larger role, affecting how players approach certain situations. What sets Ghost of Yacht apart is its protagonist. The Phantom of Yacht is a fierce warrior who will push the boundaries of traditional samurai games. Her story will touch on themes of grief, loyalty, and the burden of revenge. The emotional depth of the narrative is expected to be one of the game's standout features, offering players a compelling reason to journey through this rich, haunting world. With its stunning visuals, emotional story, and refined combat, Ghost of Yacht has the potential to be a strong contender for Game of the Year in 2025. The arrival of Elden Ring, Night Reign, marks a bold, new chapter in the franchise. Following the success of Elden Ring, the new spin-off introduces a drastically different playstyle, focusing on Battle Royale-style gameplay, where the map forces players into ultimate confrontations. This may come as a surprise to fans of the original game, who were accustomed to its intricate open-world exploration and challenging combat. Elden Ring, Night Reign will retain the core elements that made Elden Ring so captivating: intense combat, atmospheric storytelling, and a vast open world, but it will add a unique twist with a battle royale mechanic. Players will compete against each other in a shrinking arena, forcing them to confront their enemies in high-stakes, fast-paced battles. The map will be filled with traps, dangerous creatures, and environmental hazards that add additional layers of strategy to each match. While the Battle Royale genre is crowded, Elden Ring, Night Reign is poised to stand out by integrating the series' trademark difficulty and lore into the experience. Players will still be able to choose their classes, upgrade their abilities, and explore the mysterious world of the Elden Ring universe, all while trying to survive against other players in a competitive environment. The game's unique twist on the Battle Royale genre will provide a refreshing take for those who are looking for a more challenging, strategic experience. If Night Rain can deliver the intensity and depth that Elden Ring fans expect, it could redefine the Battle Royale genre in ways we haven't seen before. 2025 is shaping up to be an incredible year for gaming, with a diverse array of titles spanning across genres and offering a mix of old favorites, exciting new franchises, and innovative gameplay mechanics. Whether you're a fan of open-world action, first-person shooters, RPGs, or platformers, there's something for everyone in 2025. From the highly anticipated Pokémon Legends Z to the emotional narrative of Ghost of Yacht to the intense combat of Doom. The Dark Ages, this year promises to deliver unforgettable experiences for gamers across the globe. Many of these titles also represent a shift in the industry, as developers continue to push the boundaries of what games can offer in terms of storytelling, gameplay, and world building. With advancements in hardware, new gameplay mechanics, and deeper narratives, 2025 could be the year that sets the bar for the next generation of gaming. Keep an eye on these titles. They may just shape the future of gaming in the years to come. Now, it's time to hear from you. What game are you most excited for in 2025? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest gaming news, reviews, and deep dives on What's Nerd Insider. We've got tons of content coming your way, and we can't wait to share it with you.